Hello, traders. Welcome to today's show. We've got a goal. Thank you very much, Lurky McLurker. First, this makes me the wiener. Yes, Lurky McLurker, the wiener. So, welcome to the Trade Spotting Show. We're going to do a deep dive into live person, look at the overall markets, and talk about the implications for the macro picture on these smaller tickers. All the moves ahead of the news.
Huh?
No financial advice, of course.
Surely, you've noticed you find yourself outnumbered.
I don't think so.
Don't forget your stop loss. There is no help in wanting to be and play. Welcome back, traders. This is the 4-hour time frame, 200 period moving average. Underneath, you see the 50 simple approaching at speed price action on the top side, looking to meet all at that golden pocket, the 618 retracement. So there's a cross there on that 4-hour time frames. And that is welcome to that 4-hour time frames, ladies and gentlemen. And this little look at live person, we're going to talk about the interplay between the technicals and the macroeconomic picture, and then look at how that affects the narrative of live person. The goal in this video is for you guys to get blessed with incredible success. You'll see that in the chat box. Take part in that goal. We've got 30 super chats is the target, and perhaps we'll even stretch it out to a 30-minute video. 1 donation a minute. Is it possible? It's very ambitious. So the targets for this thing also very ambitious, not just in this video where I'm going to give you a thorough update and weave that narrative, connect those dots between the global market, all the different dynamics we've seen with the new administration coming in, and any specific stock really, but the smaller, the bigger this impact will be. By the end of the show, I want you to be able to walk away feeling super informed, empowered, and part of a brilliant rising tide. So start now, and we'll examine the technicals. On this 4-hour, recently, positive price action, right? Recovered to 50 simple, persist above the 200 period moving average, and that leads to these crosses. That's the lower period moving average is now heading to the top side, following price, because the end, these days where it, back in the day, they're falling off with lower and lower prices. They're all falling off, being replaced with higher and higher prices. So the average increases. The short-term period moving average, the end falls off it quicker. So it's got a more responsive, more reactive picture. And here you see it approaching the long-term moving average, which means the short-term trend picking up pace relative to the long-term trend, and then one trend accelerating and potentially building up into the next trend and positive moves happening. So that's on the 4-hour time frame there. Now, crosses like this, especially on these lower time frames like the 4-hour, can be tested frequently, not just once in any given example, but multiple times. And what does that mean? Well, the 50 simple goes through the 200 period moving average, and price action comes down to test one or both of those. And that means it'll go through a retracement, which likely leads to a good examination of the strength of price, right? And around that cross. And that isn't just a behavior, a quirk of life person. It's every asset, every chart. And if you understand that, you get a better approach to how to incorporate signals and then rely on signals as part of your trading edge rather than impulsive emotional trades. You can have patience and discipline. So let's zoom out now to 24-hour or daily time frame. 24-hour time frame, daily, very similar. I do like to go into the 24-hour and turn on all the hours, but at this period, here, daily, regular trading, and you've got clear picture of price, higher highs, higher lows, a little bit of a gap here. If price puts in a higher high than this most recent one at 211, then it likely closes that gap in around 236, 240. And if it's going to close that gap, that doesn't necessarily mean price is going to stop there, though it is a target to the top side. If it does go beyond that, then you could be looking at this resistance point here, right? Back up above $3. That was support previously, and then resistance at a rejection of a 200 period moving average. So having conquered that 200 period moving average, having had your positive cross here on the daily time frame, having tested that cross, because price action, as you see, down, back up again, recovered both period moving averages. The 50 simple persisted above the 200, so that's a successful cross. Price action took off afterwards. Now, you've had the test in that break to the top side. You've had the move up again, confirming an uptrend, positive move. So you've had your golden cross here on the 24-hour time frame, though you're still waiting for it on the 4-hour. And things are interesting then, because on the daily chart, we've already witnessed that moving average cross and the successful retest. So the higher time frames lending credibility to the 4-hour signal, right? So the vanguard has thrashed the enemy, and now you can trot along in your little horsey horse. Lovely horse. That's what I'd call a horse. Bad horse. Lovely, lovely horse. That'd be his name. And you can just take over, right? Everybody's done all the hard work for you up on that daily time frame. There's also interesting things to look to if you turn on the drawings and look at this movement here. Now, a lot of people would look at this as a potential bull flag. We talked about how it went through 382, so already broke the 236 and then not high and tight bull flag, but you still, there's a piece of slice from old Italy. And that's what we look at here, right? It's a tightening wedge price action defined in this pizza slice by the resistance approaching the support lines, right? As that trend line continues, price action reaches this tightening formation here, closer and closer, support and resistance. And that gives you an apex. Price action breaking out of that formation might give you this measured move. If it was to the top side, then the most likely area of the first resistance would be in around 169, 177. So if that's to be the case, then it also gives us a picture on the x-axis and around 22nd January, move to the top side a couple of weeks away after Trump gets in, right? Now we'll get back to that and talk more about that in a minute. If it's to break down, should that happen right now, as a continuation of this retracement here, you could come back down, test a fair value gap where price action moved away from when it broke out of this previous formation. So is it going to get back to the bottom where it broke out from, or is it going to get to the resistance to the top side, which is definitive with regards to another breakout? Well, you might judge that based on how price has performed since that whole entire move happened, right? Here's your 50% retracement. It comes in at around 128, maybe slightly lower. Price action today in around 125, 126 a minute ago. It's at that level, right? Close enough is near enough, and the man or the lady that realizes that will always have enough. So price action waiting for the close today in and around that level is fine. Break it by a significant margin. You'll be looking at this golden pocket retracement. There you see it on the Rocky Outcrop Toolkit, confirmed with the one I just dropped on to make that extremely clear. This Fibonacci here, same as this guy in the background from the Rocky Outcrop Toolkit, which is part of the Rocky Outcrop Discord. You join that, www.discord.gg/Rocky Outcrop, and you get a lot of excellent treats with it. Not just that, you also get the Rocky Outcrop Flash. Brilliant tool. So there's your golden pocket retracement. As you can tell on the daily time frame, that's very interesting because body close of a candle, fair value gap as we're talking about, 4-hour time frame. You've also got interesting doji candle at that particular point in time. got this very value gap to the top side, and then you've got your golden pocket and the 50 simple approaching it. So a potential cross happening there with the blue crossing above the orange line. Testing that cross at the time suggests that it could come down to 111, slightly lower. Test that for a value gap, could go around $1.01. Now that's a particularly interesting area because it's important with regards to delinquency notices, live person achieving significant milestones, but there's still days left till earnings. Those earnings confirming the turnaround in the company based on the fundamental picture, and that might what be some institutional players are looking for. So huge moves might come at those times. When are those times? Earnings are in 38 days. So this is a good point to zoom out, not just in this particular chart, but perhaps looking across at the rest of the markets. First off, targets to the top side. If you do break above your previous 236 at 164, previous high then at 206, and then as we said earlier, the gap 240 or so that's closed, price action testing up towards $3 and the previous level of resistance. So that $3 area, breaking out of what I like to call the pizza slice, nickname coming from the confluence between that resistance and support, leading to a potential consolidation, and player price then slices through it if it moves up or drops back down again. So zooming out then to the macro picture, which I think we can go to SPY to make that point clear. 4-hour time frame, we've got rolling over price action. There are a lot of different people worried about various indicators. It's come down, it's tested 4-hour time frame there. It's tested a 200 period moving average and closed the gap at the same time. It's going to just goes beyond that 200 period moving average in order to close that gap. After which point you're looking at it trying to recover the 236 and holding that 200 period moving average. So it was pretty clear that this would be the potential price action for today. Drop down to the 1-hour time frame. You can see mostly price action rolling over here. Lower highs, lower lows, lots of different gaps to aim to the top side. First at 588, and then you did sort of come close to closing this one, but hasn't done, back at around 6,000 on SPX, 600 on SPY. So things to look to the top side. And volatility in the market, certainly. I don't panic like all the other YouTube personalities like to do. They're trying to get your eyeballs on their videos rather than build a successful trading community, because, you know, my success is your success is my success, and that's the way this community works, right? It's very much all about each other doing well, as opposed to me getting lots of views on YouTube, though that definitely helps all of us. So if you hit like, comment, share the video and stuff like that, it's really appreciated. So do please hit that like button. So we've zoomed out now, not just to bigger picture charts, but also to bigger time frames. Here's Biden. Biden, who presided over fantastic events in the economy, currently going up at around 15% per year compounded, doing very, very well. So Biden's had a fantastic return there, as you can see by price action on the chart. Everybody's reality is different, but that's always the case with the stock market and the economy. Here you've got a strong march to the top side. So since Trump's won the election, there was a positive boost, but that has now turned negative for everybody. And the markets are in extreme state of fear, right? They are in extreme state of fear. And if you can detach yourself from your own political opinion for a moment here and listen to what I'm saying with regards to pragmatic advice that's got nothing to do with anybody's political ideologies. If you're looking to optimize your entry on small stocks, then you're going to have to pay attention to what's going on the macro picture. And I don't really, this isn't a political commentary. I don't care. I'm talking about how this can impact your wallet, right? And to make a difference between making average returns as a trader and exceptional returns is having an understanding of all of these nuanced factors, right? So transitioning from the micro to the macro, that's a big part of it. And being able to have a understanding of the broader market, which is at the minute rife with uncertainty and largely influenced by geopolitical and economic development. So understanding what they are, being abreast of the news, it helps to be on the Discord and in the news channel, because you're getting news that's relevant to you as a trader. So as we approach this new administration in the US under Trump, the market's a noticeable risk-off attitude, right? I mean, you'd have to agree with me there. If you don't, you're probably blind. The proposed tariff plan is causing concern across international markets, particularly those reliant on international trade. There is a deeper story, though. the tariffs and the trade policies, while significant, are largely a planned distraction from the decline in American exceptionalism. Now, again, you're going to be very sensitive here in this, my audience, I am sure, but I put my arm around you. Historically, these dominant nations, currently the US, they do find themselves in a little bit of a death spiral when their global currency wanes, and the tariff plans aren't the real concern. It's actually the huge money printing plans that might come through. The reason why that's particularly relevant right now, if you do have an understanding of macro picture of monetary economics, is due to the rebalancing that's going on at the IMF and the World Bank, the way that they're judging the relative value of currencies against each other. 2025 is a huge year for that. There's massive, massive things happening that most people haven't got a bloody clue about. And everything to do with tariffs is just to distract you from possibly discovering what's going on there. Now, if you do want to know more about that, definitely stay tuned to this channel. Whoops, where does Lipson fit into that larger narrative? It's a smaller stock, undoubtedly then influenced by the macroeconomic trends. High interest rates and any sort of persistent high rate environment, for example, puts a lot of pressure on earnings, companies' earnings, because you have to be able to provide an attractive rate of return compared to the bank. Companies then scramble to cut costs, and that can be a little bit depressing for the market, generally speaking, when you were previously looking at growth through economic expansion. To be talking about tightening belts and trying to save money to eke out that, it doesn't necessarily speak to increase in market share. So it doesn't have that sheen of a growth narrative that we all like to see, that immense pressure on earnings. But this actually is where LivePerson's proposition shines, right? Because the value it offers is cost-effective solution that enhances your efficiency alongside improving your customer relationship management through this service and product. It's well positioned to attract businesses that seek to do more with less, which is exactly what this environment demands. That being said, though, there's a dual-edged nature to those sort of trends, right? Cost-cutting measures bode well for Lipson and people adopting their product, but the broader market's risk-off sentiment would dampen the momentum in any given stock, especially a little tiny thing like Lipson. So that dynamic means you need to remain nimble. So balance that optimism. Balance the optimism with technical considerations. Earnings, we talked about earnings, it's 38 days. How are we doing on that 30 super chat target? You know, it's better if we don't do them via super chat, but we just do them, you know, using the links in the description. It's way better. YouTube likes to cream 30% off the top. As we navigate these choppy waters, right, you'll have noticed in LivePerson, very, very choppy. Markets in general, same sort of situation. 125, got the 1 minute time frame for those exciting 1 minute movementals. Don't need drawings because we're so zoomed in already. Stretchy, stretch. So there's the rock outcrop flash. You're getting a lot of value on this show, folks. And there's another target back up to the top side at 127. Turn that off because you don't want to reveal too much, right? You get that for yourself by being a paid side of the Discord. You can also know where prices are going. Kind of handy that if a trader likes to know where prices are going. Why should I join the paid side of Rocky Outcrop's Discord? So then you'll know where prices are going is the answer. Right, so yes, LivePerson, 1 minute time frame, and that'll perhaps amplify the point. This journey that LivePerson is on, a microism of the larger market, right? So these dynamics, the technical signals on the 4 hour, remember we talked about the potential cross coming up that already happened on the daily. The broader implications from these shifts in the global economy and all these different layers that we unpack today, I hope they help deepen your understanding of LivePerson and illuminated a little bit of the interconnectedness of these world markets. You know, there's no point in burying your head in the sand, which amazingly got me banned for telling that guy, what's his name? He's the little teenager guy that pretended he got messages from Ryan Cohen. What's his name? Can't remember. Anyway, this is the weirdo Jamie Least, and he was giving me nonsense, and I was like, mate, you're just burying your head in the sand. Go and bury your head then. And he reported me and Twitter. Anyway, Elon Musk personally unbanned me on Twitter, and now he's been talking about live person. Isn't it small world? Anyway, so wrapping all of that together is difficult, especially the last final point there. But we're talking about the micro picture on live person, how it's folded into the bigger macroeconomic movements we're seeing. Scrutinizing the numbers in the approach to earnings will be important because we want to see a fundamental turnaround as well as this technical turnaround we're seeing for those huge, spectacular moves. Earnings are 38 days away. Earnings always a pivotal moment for any stock, live person, especially analysts, investors, and retail traders are paying attention because did you see that article in Zack's about how it's one of the fastest growing momentum stocks, but has also got the fundamentals to back it up and real big picture momentum? I thought that was an interesting article. We were way ahead of the news there. All the moves ahead of the news on trade spotting. So earnings always a pivotal, right? Especially for live person. A lot of people watching this one, paying attention, trying to make judgments with regards to future trajectory on the price. We covered this on the paid side of Discord, the things to look for on the chart that speak about that turnaround happening. We'll wrap it all up now. Lipson, part of the nature of, life, strong get stronger, the weak get weaker. Live person, it's a small stock. It's going to be battered by these bigger winds on the stormy markets we're seeing, and it's going to have an impact. But we're going to stick focused on risk management, looking for serious trade setups that are practical, that minimize the cost to trade, maximize the return in terms of the point and time to take that move, and do that repeatedly so that you manage to grow and benefit your account. Now, I'm not saying about swing trade and Lipson, but across all tickers, as you watch this show, as you're part of this community, and as you help me achieve my goals, I'll help you achieve yours. Success, that's what we aim for. Your success, my success. And as a community, we're trying to navigate a very complex market, a very competitive sector. And we're going to turn these challenges that we face as traders into opportunities by making sure that we communicate and help each other on Discord so that everybody benefits when we progress as one big, amazing community. So if you're a really veteran trader being across the markets and thinks that you've got something in particular to add, we'd love to have you on Discord. Definitely think about joining. If you're a new trader, you're very welcome, and the culture is nobody gets left behind. So if I was you and I was just starting out, there's nowhere I'd rather be. Thanks for sticking with me through this analysis of the macro markets. 125 on live person. GameStop 31, spot 32. That looks a little bit dodgy. If price action does persist in this formation, it'll be in a rising channel. Next target will be back up at around 31.88. If it breaks down, then you can see the continuation of that move, despite the little bit of a gap there. Break support in at around $30, and price action will tumble down, likely towards 20. And we could talk about Tesla, positive on the day. If it managed to break this level of resistance, you'll express that equity go back up to 413. Interesting moves across the markets, and a couple of other things that are about to move. So pay attention to this channel for more. What have you big guys been saying in the chat box? We've got 14 of the 30 towards the goal. Not bad, folks. Sterling Joe, thank you very much. It's appreciated, sir. Bartos, thank you very much, Mr. Bartos, you legend. How am I doing? I am stronger every single day. Thanks for asking, my friend. Thank you. Hit the heart on these messages. Yo, BMJ, great to see you. And Money Miles, happy anniversary, 14 months. Yo, Beehive, $5. Boom. And Nick G as well. Appreciated. With the Canadians, right? That's what the CHF is. The Chief is 43 months. Capo Luke's beers. Happy birthday, Mr. Luke. How's 2025 been so far? Appreciate all you do, Sputter. You got it, Yanni. Alejandro, you're back, Mr. Alejandro, with the MX, 19 of them MXs. Whoosh, that's fancy. I can't hit like, it won't let me, but I got a heart button. Thank you very much, Mr. Alejandro. Muchísimas gracias. Thanks for the time to look at the charts. Jimmy, you're welcome on emails. Appreciate it. Boom. Chris, $10. Howdy doody, Chris. Thank you very much. Also with the hearts. So you see, folks, appreciate your analysis. Trade spotting, best around bacon pancakes, knows the truth. It very much is true facts from bacon pancakes. Best analysis around. Rod Bigelow. And how does he just whap it out like that? Eh? Rod Bigelow is asking about trade spotting's technical analysis. Getting yourselves all excited there. Merrick, 32 months, and there he is. Merrick, the legend. What a guy. Merrick is one of the teaching instructors on Discord for those people taking the course. Couldn't do it without you, sir. Very, very glad to have you on board. Total legend. Thanks very much, Japney and Karen. Very generous. So that's the 14 he is. It's appreciated. Everybody else, well, I don't know, eh? I don't know. Dedican, what is up with everybody else, eh? They're all just Scrooges. It's just the big Scrooges, so they are. Karen, Japney, what they not like, eh? Thank God for you guys. So, boom, insert an ad. There you go. It's not nice, trace button. Why would you do something like that? Ding. So, yeah, live person, 1 minute, 126. Do like a little bit of that, 126. So we do. Outcrop talked about what would happen from the breakdown to 11 and potentially getting in at around 131. Good place to start your 3-star buys. Could go down low, was 111 and 101. Same targets I'm talking about here, right? Surprise. Where did it all come from? Trace button. Where does it all come from? The progenitor. The genesis of this was Rocky Outcrop show a couple of weeks ago. It's very well encompassed the retracement down. It has been a couple of weeks since that 211 touch was on New Year's Eve. And then we knew that was all coming up because Trace button had to go into the hospital. And when Trace button or Rocky Outcrop ever get called to hospital, it means the prices are going to do something absolutely bonkers, as is tradition. As is tradition. So your 24-hour time frame, do I put a lot of weight on that piece of slice? No, I talk about these higher highs. I talk about this downward slope and diagonal resistance. And I talk about how price action, should it go through the previous higher high, which it has done, put in 3 in a row now, 3 higher highs, 3 higher lows. So you would anticipate another. When it does do that, it would be breaking down slope and diagonal, which would be confirming on everybody who's got 2 eyes in their head. Don't even need that. It's not a requirement, but everybody who has 2 eyes in their head would agree that this is no longer a downtrend. And the question becomes, where does it go to, right? Well, you're already in around whatever. Some people, stupidly low prices, right? 60, 70 cents and that with, hundreds of thousands of dollars at that level. Other people maybe paying slightly more, like 90, and they've got millions of dollars in live person, and they're watching the show right now, right? They're watching the show right now. Welcome, guys. I've said some of their names. Price action, and, anyway, I can tell you, another person with a lot of them. Look at that. Shadow Lepton got somebody 5 gifted memberships. You lucky people there. You're so lucky. Hit that like button. Think about renewing. I'm going to now see all of you, Diamond Dave, DAW, MWN, St. John's, and Weirdo Shrine. Now, you'll never get away from my memory with that name, Weirdo Shrine. Now, so, think about renewing, innit? If I see your names, pale-faced names again, I'll think you're coming at me from the other side. So you've got these higher highs and these higher lows, and the downward slope and diagonal. If you break it, it's an uptrend. If you break it in an uptrend and you're in at these stupidly low prices, well, you will be doing like historical trades and hysterical laughing as price action's got a gap to fill, which it will do in around $9. So, you'll be stupidly rich by then, and I want my Ferrari, and that isn't a joke. And when price action does break that, right, it's been one long descent down, and when prices break those type of things, well, they go through 90% retracements, and where does the 90% retracement take you? Take you up around $50, right? Now, I don't think it's going to stop at $50. I think it's going to go on and on. Test the prior high at 77. I think it's going to break. I think it's going to go then, because at this stage, everyone will know what's happening. I think it'll break 145, and I think you'll be looking at higher targets still. So, why does trade spotting think that's going to happen? Because that's what stocks do, silly Billy. And this has got a big spooder on the charts. So there you go. You saw it. This is part of the Discord documentary. This is the retracement that we talked about. It's all in line with everything we've seen before. You get your wow bottom, you get your 90% retracement, you break the prior high, and you go up and you test this level up and around here, right? So that's what these things do. That's why you're all going to be very, very lucky and very happy and I'm going to be driving a Ferrari, am I? And you can't just get me one because I can't have one and Rocky not have one. So you have to get me 2 Ferraris, which means you're going to be having to chalk off about 10 million bucks, right? And that's if you're buying it this year. Look, Spears, 5 gifted memberships. Theo, you lucky thing. John Biscuits, what a name. Daniel, jab, 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 jab. And breakfast sandwiches. Breakfast sandwiches. That's the early morning start. That's on the early shift. In there on the early shift, making them cheese sandwiches. I know what it's like, breakfast sandwiches. When I worked at El Banco, right, that's what I call the investment bank. When I worked there, I had to start at a stupid o'clock in the morning. I had to get up at something like, you'd have to be out by 5 o'clock in the morning. You'd have to be out by 5 o'clock in the morning. And I live in the centre of Edinburgh in Old Town, where you've heard of Inspector Rebus, right? Anyway, well, he lives here. He's a fictional character, but he lives here. And I walked out. There was a stabbing in there, right outside my front door. Well, my front, it was the communal. It was just, straight out uni, straight into the bank. And then Rebus on the doorstep. It's like, Governor, I'm not doing anything wrong yet. I just started. But that's the way it is, right? Edinburgh. So it's like mudders and finance. Anyway, so you don't care about that. You want to talk about this thing and why is it going to go up here again? Well, it's the spooter chart, isn't it? We've talked about this before. The swan hat, the spooter. You've seen the moves. You know what's going down. You know what's going down. We're all going to be very excited. So in the end of the day, 126, 10% off price. 6 minutes left. You lucky folks getting to see things out on the horizon there. On the horizon. Tell you what, some people are absolutely ridiculous. Trade spotting, Ferraris are like moldy banana and bread compared to the GM8050. You see, you're about the only person I would accept that sentence from, Mr. Lepton. So I will look into the GME Alpha. I mean, is that what you're looking? If I will not complain, right? Moldy banana bread is perhaps the greatest event in the history of this YouTube. That is one of the most exciting. Like, thank goodness it happened next to that bin, and the rest of your family was locked up inside. So I mean, if it's approaching that, then I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. Yeah, so for some reason, yeah, that's better. Right, so did Trace say it's going to $600? No, I didn't really say that. I said other things, right? So there's your downward sloping diagonal. Here's price action. We're focused on the immediate challenges ahead of us, which are a new administration, 100% tariffs, a distraction from the rebalancing of currency weightings at the IMF, the fact that Americans losing its tag of exceptionalism. America is going to be very upset when China takes over South America. That all's happening very, very soon in your lifetime. And dealing with that is a very difficult adjustment, right? It's a difficult adjustment. And live person has to climb up the ladder like Itsy Bitsy Spider, has to climb up that drain pipe as successive regimes in the West flush our future wealth down the toilet over and over. And Itsy Bitsy Spider's like, no, don't be flushing don't be doing that with the future wealth. No, please, no. Oop. There's some more future wealth in its eye, and it slips off the inside of the pan and it's down into the pan again. And it has to start all over again. Hey, but thank God it's got a short memory, or it's very resilient, one or the other. Anyway, we're watching it and we're inspired by it. Right, so live person is going to do that Itsy Bitsy Spider thing, like Spider-Man is going to get back. Oh, that's the gap, right? $9. When that happens, it doesn't really matter. I want my Ferrari at $9. Don't be going here like, here, TracePoint said it's going to 600. I'm not getting my Ferrari to 600. That's not what we're talking about. Anyway, so what is it? Is there many time? If there's time left, there certainly is, Mr. Spotter. There certainly is. There's 3 minutes. How long's left in this goal we were trying to achieve? Did we manage to get close to it? 654 horsepower. Jeez, look, so you only needed to get 16 more super chats and I would have blessed you with great success. Now that isn't just metaphorical. I would have told you about it. Anyway, so like you have failed. There is how long left? I don't know. I'm going to eat that advert. There you go. At $9, I'll buy you some McDonald's. So, hey, I mean, I can't argue with McDonald's. What a business. Let's go. RG is legend. RG. Johnny Johnson. RG. Riley Gregg. There he is. You're right, he is here, and he is. Hi, hello, lads and lassies. Kick-ass man, where have you been? You're very late. Very, very late. Yeah, McDonald's, a couple of franchises, make some burgers and whatnot. I've heard about them. I've heard about them. I think the problem with McDonald's is that they've got a real problem with their company culture. Their staff treat each other like fucking dickheads, and it's really abusive behavior you see from some of the McDonald's staff recently. And I've seen like the people online talking about a guy in Britain on BBC News recently, top news article. He was getting bullied by people because of his disability by managers and like at McDonald's, and I thought, fuck that shitty fucking company, those bunch of fucking losers. You know, if it made that guy happy, I'd see that whole total massive company burned to the ground. What was the way that they treated that one guy? And I'm sure they do it all over the world to tens of thousands of people. It's disgusting, disgusting corporate culture from a bunch of fucking losers at McDonald's. So what else? McDonald's fannies. There's a live person touched 128 for a second, and then I started talking about fucking McDonald's because Katie, see, you're a bad influence in that every possible way, Katie. What did I get to there? 128. Now it came back all the way down to 125 to test that. That's Katie's fault. You can blame her. We gotta get you two. Yes, exactly. Two. We spoke about this. Two. Drawings, you're in the way. Price action, back above 200 period, very simple. Also doing the same thing, getting that wee test on the mini little thing there on the last minute of the day. Guys, that's exciting stuff. That's exciting stuff. I'm the worst influence. I relish it. Relish, McDonald's. They've cut back on that too. It's just canned tomato, chopped salt, water relish. Debit cards, PayPal too. Everything's accepted on there. You're talking about the link underneath. Talking about the link underneath it. Well, it's a culture at most jobs that require little to no education. Says you, Katie. Right? You know, what use is an education nowadays, right? Seriously, what use is it? Is it vocational, right? Somebody else is going to do your job cheaper. Are you talking about vocational America? You're going to have to be selling it to like your neighbors then. So like they could be getting it cheaper, right? And also you'll be able to import everything. If you can't do it now, you will be able to do it soon. So it's the end, right? So there's no point in educating Americans, right? You've lost top spot. What's the point in even trying? No, I'm always on a laptop. Yes, Lisa is tied to the laptop. That's the rules of all mods in the channel. You have to always have a laptop handcuffed to your wrist so that you're always modding. It's important. It's a very important job. Anyway, I was going to bless you all there, and I was hoping to do it because we missed the top stocks to watch in 2025 video because I was in the hospital, so you didn't get to see that. So I was thinking, well, I'll just pull one out, out of the bag and bless you with it. But you didn't manage to achieve your goal, which is a terrible disappointment. McDonald's quarter pounder E. coli though, exactly. It's full of E. coli, and also, yes, there's Mr. Luke Spears. He is modding, and that's what it is. He's a very important job. Walks around with a laptop chained to his wrist, and everyone looks at him and they're like, I knew he was important, didn't know he was that important. So, Aaron, how's it going? Katie's there working, everybody. Great to see you. Wait, Jamie in the hospital? Hope you're doing okay, King Jamie. I know, right? It was insane, but now I'm amazingly healthy. I worked at McDonald's as a teen. I hated it, and I would on purpose ask the customers if they wanted condiments with their meal. And 99% of them would ask me what condiments meant. Lol, I was such a brat. Condiments. It's like, you look lovely today, sir. Here's your tomato sauce. Detach, encased, condiments. Yeah, condiments. Yum. With McDonald's, this is not what I expected. This is a totally different experience. See, they think they're going to rescue their declining revenue with promotions. It's like, guys. Anyway, McDonald's is a good example of what happens in a high rate environment, right? So their expansion policies and all the rest of it is just take it as a proxy for a high rate environment, the lower margins that you're able to exploit, the nature of how that drives you to particular types of cost cutting, how that affects quality, and how through expansion you compromise long-term success, right? One of the things that you have to be careful with in any growing business. Also, as the business grows, and new people are involved, or as any community grows and new people join, then there's going to be a greater diversity of intellect and opinion, at which point it's necessary sometimes to pull everything back to that one true voice that leads and directs all other learning, right? Which is understands the priorities and what's coming. So it's difficult in a growing culture, growing community, growing company to manage all of these expansions in the culture. And that's been one of the problems for McDonald's, and it's led them to have shitty staff that treat each other like crap. The job's not needed to be highly educated. The food comes out absolutely disgusting. It probably kills people, though I don't know that to be true or otherwise, so don't sue me. But your McDonald's, you're definitely killing people, aren't they? Like, let's face it, they're definitely doing some damage out there, and probably quite a lot of people. And then also their company culture is disgusting, and they abuse people. They abuse their own staff and their own people. You know, who is McDonald's? Well, it's the people who make your burger, and they abuse each other. So what do you think they're doing to your burgers? It's disgusting, isn't it? Remember I said that not to invest in Boots Walgreens, and that they were a terrible company. And then guess what? For the next 6 months, they were the worst performing company in the stock market, right? Who's that harbinger for doom, right? And I'm supposed to be a doom slayer. Sorry, Boots. Anyway, McDonald's, it's absolutely crap. People were talking about Nike as a potential turnaround, and well, that's not it. That did well to turn around, though. Hey, yay! Nike, where's your Nickety Nike? Right, well, I'm not even going to bother, right, because it's distracting me and it's taking away from the overall quality of the show. Don't want to dilute it, you know. I'm not into dilutions. He's got all that. No, dilute us, right? No, Jamie, dilute us again. No, I won't do it. Oh, GameStop had a last bad minute there. Dropped out of that. That's not great. Sheesh. Anyway, live version 127, right? That's not bad. 127, post-market 128. Could have been a lot worse. So I like that. I like the way that went. Yeah. Shut up, Riley Gregg. Shut up, Banana Fridge. You're not getting Nike. It's not happening, all right? It's not happening. Shut your mouth. I'm never giving up on McDonald's. Their coffee's great, but they treat each other like shit. So what are they treating the customers like, right? Well, no. Terrible. So it is. Anyway, so what I really think you should be doing is paying attention to Bitcoin. You got this, what was it, 89 something earlier. There it is. Look at that. Yeah, 89 something. Whoosh. Sheesh kebabs. Right, Trump's coming in at 20th. How many days away is that now? Not very many, right? Let me add that up. Today's the 13th, so it's at least 2. Jamie is no good no more. It's not good no more. Why you be like this, Jamie? Why you be like this? It's not good no more. Well, you know, as we definitely fucking tried. Probably the coffee machine is not treated well too. Yeah, I can imagine the poor coffee machine. I have a story about that one of the coffee machines, but I'll not dwell on McDonald's for too long. Right, so anyway, yeah, price action here. Yeah, that's lovely jubbly. What was it? Yeah, it was great. So this is also like the Swan's hat. Something similar happening. In Nepal, and the staff is very nice. Pretty much all high school kids. That is nice. Do they treat each other well, though? They fucking better. Hey. Or I'll go and get my burger somewhere else. Today I made chili con carne. It was absolutely goddamn amazing. It was so good. I make a good chili con carne anyway, but today was incredible. Also, I've got like the best chicken wing recipe on planet Earth. I don't think anyone has a better chicken wing recipe than me on planet Earth. What happened was, I made chicken wings every day since the last day you saw me make them, which was probably the first time you saw me make them. Anyway, it was brilliant. I got incredibly good at it, as you can imagine. I would get better every day, anything that I commit to. So now my chicken wings are outstanding. They're probably the best in the world. And somebody said to me, I bet they're not as good as KFC chicken wings. So I obviously then replicated KFC chicken wings. Not just how KFC chicken wings might taste or used to taste, but how they actually taste with the proper amounts of MSG, and got it completely right, with the right type of buttermilk, with the right type of base, and with the right type of mix. All the secret spices in perfect mix. And then I did it across various types of different chicken and cooked the chicken in different ways, pre-cooked it in different ways, and I managed to even source chicken from different countries to check and see if it did taste different with this, and it will tell you what, it was pretty damn good. It was way better than KFC ever was. Probably like KFC from 1998, that sort of period. And then I took the best of that and I combined it with what was mine, which was already better. And I've got the goddamn best chicken wings on planet Earth. or further afield. If chickens do exist on other planets, they're not as tasty as mine. So again, I might share it with you. I might share it with you next week. Show you what it's like up close and personal. My god damn it, they're so goddamn good. I've just eaten loads and loads of chili con carne, but I think I'm going to have some chicken wings. So we just got it. Yeah, Popeyes. Popeyes over here. Like, yeah, you just got Popeyes in Poland. Holy smokes, right? Yoni, it's incredible. Oh my god. Anyway, so I'm gonna go make some chicken wings. There's a fair value gap to the top side. Price action's in a little tight thin wedge, right? You break the top side, you break in at around 164. It's going to break 177. You break that, it's 183. You break that, it's the prior high, $2 there. Break through that again, 211. It's on again. Go at 238. Break that, I'll go at 286, then 296, and then 360 something, and then 398, and then you're looking at probably slowing down a bit, come back not very far, and then go off and close that cap at 9. So that's what's going to happen. But I'm going to come back and talk about it before all of that. Lucky folks use. So it seems that we didn't manage to break above 14. So 14 is the limit at the minute. That's the glass ceiling. If in future streams we don't get at least 14, then I'll get extremely emotional. My blood sugar, when my blood sugar's low, it'll be like that. It'll be really, really embarrassing for everybody. Right, for everybody, right? Second-hand embarrassment for you will be unbearable. You don't want that to happen, remember. Okay. And take the course, right? Take the course, technicalanalysis.school, www.technicalanalysis.school. That's how you get to the course, which is how you learn to trade like me, which is a good thing. And then you join the Discord, which you can do for free at www.discord.gg/RockyOutcrop. But really, I didn't yet, Vic. I'm going to have a look at that in a second. But really... right, you also really want to go over to patreon.com/RockyOutcrop and get the pay side Discord, because then you get the Rocky Outcrop Toolkit and the Rocky Outcrop Flash, and you also get everything on the free side of Discord for free, and the paid side Discord, which is amazing, and you'll get all of those things, so you should do that, and it's for your own good, right? And now, how to put this delicately, everything that goes there is all reinvested in the community. Like, it takes a while because some of these things are big ticket things, and it's not a hugely lucrative community, so slowly catch a monkey, and the more people who join, the better. Plus you get a lot for your money's worth. Like, really, really do. So think about it, right? Or else you're a dummy dum-dum. You're a dum-dum and you're not doing it and you're not thinking about it, in which case you're dum-dum. So, and we don't need you dum-dums diluting us again already. Well, Katie, it's true. Once the sandwich comes out seasonally, stay away from Popeyes parking lots. What? Oh my god, it's another one of these. Bing bong. Right, so we've had a great time. Thank you very much for joining me this evening. It's been exciting, right? Yours are all that. Thank God TradeSpotting's back on the horse. I know, haha. It's been fun, okay? That like button and share button and do all those things I directed you to do. And if you buy Life Person and it goes up and it closes $9, remember, I'm coming for you if I don't see that Ferrari. That's not a joke. Thank you very much. See you in the next one, which should probably be tomorrow, because I'm back on the horse and whatnot. Hit the like button. Thanks.